This is CBC Nova Scotia News.
Boating fatalities. 2 men are dead after being ejected from a boat on an Annapolis Valley lake. One person, one record. Nova Scotia's electronic medical record system sees a smoother rollout ahead of its final expansion. And viral volumes. Why this Cape Breton library is getting millions of views online.
Heat warnings continue for Friday and into Saturday as the heat and humidity remain in place. Your full forecast is coming up.
Good evening. We begin with a Canada Day tragedy in the Annapolis Valley. A boating accident on Aylesford Lake has claimed the life of 2 men. RCMP confirmed they were thrown from a vessel. The CBC's Haley Ryan has the details.
2 men have died in a fatal boating incident on an Annapolis Valley lake on Canada Day. The RCMP say just before 5 p.m. Wednesday, a report came in that 2 men had been thrown from a boat on Aylesford Lake when the surface conditions of the water changed.
The belief is that there was some kind of change in the surface water that impacted the boat and had led to 2 people being ejected. We do believe that neither of the people involved were wearing life jackets.
A 70-year-old man from Aylesford was found by another boater nearby and died at the scene. A search began for the second man, a 58-year-old man from Aylesford. It stretched into Thursday afternoon with police and search crews set up on the Aylesford Lake public beach and boat launch. A helicopter, the RCMP's underwater recovery team, Joint Rescue Coordination Center, and local ground search and rescue were part of the response. In an update Thursday afternoon, RCMP said the missing boater had been found dead. The mayor for the region says it's a tragedy for the community.
We're all shocked and very saddened for those that have been affected. It's a sad day, really, in Kings County to have when something like this happens, and the community is certainly, our sympathies go out to the families and those involved.
The 3 remaining men in the boat were not injured. The municipality of the County of Kings says the Aylesford Lake public beach is closed for swimming.
This new electronic medical record system launched in the Central Health Zone in May. Almost 2 months later, people who work in the system say the process has been smoother than the initial rollout at the IWK Health Centre in December. Michael Gorman reports.
It's business as usual at the QE2 reference lab in Halifax. In May, some blood collection work was scaled back as the new electronic medical record system was launched. But the director of lab medicine says that scaling back didn't last long.
After about 2.5, 3 weeks our staff felt comfortable and they were doing really, really well as a group. So we were able to actually start to scale back and add appointments back in for blood collection. And as of Monday, we're actually back to 100% capacity now for the whole zone.
Things are also back to full capacity in the Dartmouth General Hospital's operating rooms. The site's chief of surgery says a slowdown there gave staff the time they needed to adapt to the new system and change in workflow.
The teams worked together, the doctors, the nurses, the anaesthetists, all of our support people worked together during those first few weeks. And once everyone was comfortable, we were able to ramp back up to full capacity. And we were back at full capacity probably a month to 5 weeks after the initial slowdown.
The process has been smoother than the initial rollout last December at the IWK Health Centre. People working there experienced persistent problems related to the new clinical information system, including slowed workflow and missing information. Ahead of the May launch, union officials called for a pause to address outstanding concerns. But the head of the province's largest union says a willingness by the employer to listen and collaborate has helped.
The training and so on is being supported, and all of the concerns that they saw with IWK is definitely, the members are feeling somewhat better about that.
The province's chief medical information officer says staff at the IWK took the brunt of a massive change, in part because of a lack of experience across the system. That changed with the second launch.
I'd say that we were more prepared to support clinicians with Go Live 2 because we had that lived experience of the IWK, and they were extremely generous with their feedback, and we took it very, very seriously and pivoted our approach.
Miller says the approach will continue to evolve ahead of the final system launch November 14th. Michael Gorman, CBC News, Halifax.
A Halifax pilot project offering surplus city land for affordable housing has so far resulted in one project. Regional Council unanimously approved the sale of 48 Pinecrest Drive in North Dartmouth to the housing nonprofit Rooted. The municipality will sell the property for $1.
There's a cost to having people in our community struggling for housing. There's a cost to having people homeless in our community. So, I mean, to me, this is a very sound municipal investment in affordable housing because you get that back many times over in other ways. So I think it's a good use of public funds.
The lot has an estimated market value of about $300,000 and sits between two properties the nonprofit already owns. The James McConnell Memorial Library in Sydney is trying to get more young people through its doors. And as Anna Rack reports, the team is using the marketing power of TikTok.
This public library in Nova Scotia has a big following, and it's thanks to videos like these, which are getting millions of views online.
A big part of it is kind of just scrolling through social media, seeing what's trending, seeing what's popular, seeing what people like, and finding a way to turn it into a library content.
With recent stories of financial struggles and even closures for some libraries in Nova Scotia, staff at the library in Sydney have found new ways to connect with a younger audience.
It's actually helped us in terms of new memberships and usage. So it's not just clicks or likes. We've actually seen, a measurable and a meaningful impact for libraries.
The videos range from funny skits to sharing information about what the library has to offer, because it's more than just books.
I talk to a lot of people who tell me, oh, I didn't realize that the library did this or had this resource, and I realized it through watching videos. Or there are lots of people on staff who will be recognized out in public and be like, hey, you're the library guy.
But it's not just locals who love the videos. The TikToks have even been getting attention from celebrities like Lizzo and Katya, a drag queen from RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, were you waiting for that to hit me? I'm waiting for you to come to the library.
I feel like our social media is like the best way to get younger people aware of like the fun stuff that's going on here, but then it also is a good laugh for like regular patrons and older people.
Now more than ever, with the cost of living increasing and there's so much uncertainty in the world, we need libraries more than ever before. And we have so much to offer everybody. So I'd say at the end of the day, we really like to take a show rather than tell approach. And by making playful videos and creating great social media content that's fun and lighthearted, we can inspire people to come in and take a look at what we have to offer and see for themselves.
The best thing about it, it's all free. Anna Rack, CBC News, Sydney.
And we've got Ryan with a first look at the weather, and boy, a summer scorcher.
Absolutely. Heat, humidity, and remaining in place right through Friday and into Saturday as well, Amy. So not going anywhere, some uncomfortable sleeping conditions. But of course, the heat warning in place across the mainland, not quite meeting warning criteria in Cape Breton. The other factor with the heat and the humidity, active, very active, staying with the risk for thunderstorms through this evening, into the overnight, and for Friday morning as well. We're looking at that risk for storms. And then for Friday afternoon, the threat back on. A little less likely in through the Tri-County area, but it looks like inland, especially towards the north and east, we're going to be having another risk for seeing those scattered showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures on Friday back in the high 20s, low 30s. And much like Thursday, we're going to be seeing humidex values ranging between 35 and 40 in a few communities, likely pushing into those low 40s as well. The good news, if you're not a fan of the mugginess, a sharp cold front is going to be working its way in throughout Saturday into Saturday night, and a much fresher air mass coming in for Sunday and into next week. Your full 7-day is coming up.
Quite a drop. All right, thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
It's exactly 1 century today since the sinking of Canada's very first purpose-built warship. HMCS Canada was launched in 1904. It survived both the First World War and the Halifax explosion. The vessel sank on July 2nd, 1926. The CBC's Brett Ruskin is in Halifax and has more on the ship's history.
HMCS Canada is a ship that few people know about, not only because it disappeared beneath the waves 100 years ago today, but also for a period of time it disappeared from the history books as well. So here is the story of HMCS Canada. This is a piece of Canadian history.
So HMCS Canada was the most advanced ship of its time. In 1904, when she was built, there was no other ship of its kind in the world.
It was long and narrow, fast and well armed. The very first purpose-built warship to defend Canadian waters even before Canada had a navy. Once war broke out, HMCS Canada patrolled the coast for German U-boats and escorted Allied ships between Quebec City and Halifax.
And then happens to be in harbor the day of the Halifax explosion and survives intact.
But after the war, the ship was sold, renamed, and lost to history.
All of a sudden, the records on HMCS Canada end.
For decades, the mystery of the missing ship persisted. Then, in 2001, the shipwreck of a vessel called the SS Queen of Nassau was discovered off the coast of Florida. Records show that ship sank July 2nd, 1926. The hull was built long and narrow, with the exact dimensions as HMCS Canada.
She had gone from being HMCS Canada to SS Canada to SS Queen of Nassau.
Now found, a group of researchers and divers worked to make sure the ship would never be lost again.
We were able to put together this incredible model of the ship, which you can spin around, flip over, look at different points of interest.
A century after sinking, Canada's first purpose-built warship can now be explored virtually by all Canadians. Now, the crew said that one of the reasons why this shipwreck remained undiscovered for so long is because it's a tough spot to dive in. 235 feet of water, 72 meters or so, and the current's very strong and unpredictable. They said that they had 4 days on site to capture those 10,600 images that they needed to make up that virtual, digital, online 3D model. And they said that each one of the days that they were diving there, the currents were pushing them in a different direction. So difficult to capture and create this model, but now that it has been created, Canadians across the country can learn the story and know the story of HMCS Canada. Brett Ruskin, CBC News, Halifax.
More than 600 athletes from 54 nations are competing in the Junior and Under-23 Canoe Sprint World Championships on Lake Banook in Dartmouth. The event runs until July 5th. Have a look.
I'm here with my boy Frank. He enjoys the ride, and he likes watching the races, so we're having a good day.
I love paddling. I used to paddle when I was younger, right, with the clubs. My sister just lives up the hill. She's volunteering, and I just love to check out the young competitors and the seniors too last week. We have a world-class lake here, right, where people from around the world come. It's amazing. So day off, come down, walk around, meet some people, just enjoy Canada.
It's really motivating because you can see what we could be paddling in this in a few years, maybe, but it's cool to see what we could be like this
And you guys want to be out on the water racing one day at Worlds?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's just fun. Yeah.
We live up the hill, and the kids go to Banook Summer Camp, and they do a lot of paddling there throughout the whole summer, and seem to enjoy it a lot. And this is just a great opportunity to come down and see some international high caliber paddling. That's very exciting, and get together with community and see friends and wish the athletes well and welcome them to our country. All the people from all over the world. It's pretty exciting to see people and athletes from all over the world. Yeah. In a small little place, beautiful place called Dartmouth. Yeah, we get to hear lots of different languages being spoken as we sort of hang out and walk up and down the boardwalk. Yeah.
And there's a look at downtown Dartmouth. Ryan's up next with his full weather forecast. We'll see you in a bit. And Ryan's back with his full weather forecast. I'm just wondering, did you tell Tom that this was going to be this nice? Because he's not here. Yeah.
Weeks ago.
Yeah, you slipped him a little information.
Yeah, that stretch between Canada Day and the weekend is going to be fantastic. Yeah, just take that extra long weekend.
I bet a lot of folks wish they got that information.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure the beach is packed today and the pools as well. Trying to stay cool any way we can. That is going to be the name of the game for the next couple of days. Into Saturday as well. If you're looking for a beach day on the weekend as well, have a look first and foremost at our alerts. And again, that heat warning in effect across the mainland. Not quite meeting warning criteria in Cape Breton, but still warm there too. You can see those high temperatures today, high 20s, low 30s. 32 at Kentville, that was and Greenwood. Those were two of our hotter spots, 32 and 33 in Upper Stewiacke as well, 32 in Antigonish. And yeah, they're the current temperatures. And you can see it's still very, very warm. Obviously, the onshore winds doing their thing along that Atlantic coastline, particularly in through the southwest. And look at those humidex values. At times today, we were into the low 40s, but right now, topping out at feeling 39 in Kentville, 37 in Antigonish, 38 Greenwood, and at the Kedgie Park station. Now, looking at the current winds in from the southwest, pumping in this heat and humidity. A bit gusty out there at times, but overall, it's the gustiest winds we've been seeing are with the thunderstorms that we were seeing this morning in Cape Breton. And yes, across that Northumberland shore, a severe thunderstorm watch continues for northern Colchester, Cumberland, and Pictou County. Keeping an eye on this line of storms that's been firing up in through New Brunswick, working its way into the region. These cells here, we're keeping an eye on for the valley later this evening. Right now, at hand are these cells moving into northern Cumberland County. But you can see as they have been running into this water, the cooler water of the strait, they've been kind of fizzling out a little bit. But some rumbles of thunder, no doubt about that. Some heavier downpours in and around the Amherst area, Amherst shore, and watching these cells that are heading down towards places like Advocate Harbour and Parsborough. Also looking at a few showers marching into Cape Breton as well. So we'll keep an eye on the sky through this evening with that thunderstorm risk, as we mentioned earlier, and the heat dome that is continuing all the way back down to the U.S. South. The heat and humidity that are really in place for most of North America. Cooler across the west. How about Vancouver? Just 14 degrees right now. As we look at the forecast for tonight, not much relief from the heat or humidity. Overnight lows are going to be in the high teens, some low 20s on tap. And that risk for showers and thunderstorms, as we said. Thunderstorm outlook through this evening, overnight into early Friday morning, running the risk anywhere. For Friday afternoon, the better risk is across the northeast and down into the interior parts of the southwest. We could see a storm developing there, though isolated in nature. You can see that activity moving out of New Brunswick does fizzle as we move, for the most part, through this into the overnight, but the forecast model is being pretty persistent with another morning risk in Cape Breton tomorrow morning, overnight into tomorrow morning, and even down here in the south and west as well. Can't rule out a rumble of thunder early tomorrow morning. And then as we work our way into Friday afternoon, again, that greatest risk is going to be here across the northeast. And that will continue into Friday evening as well. High temperatures across Cape Breton, 26 to 30 tomorrow for the most part. Feeling more like 32 to 35 or 36 with that humidity. Across the mainland, the warmer temperatures with the high 20s, low 30s, feeling more like 35 to 40 yet again for tomorrow. Looks like Metro is going to be a good chance with that westerly wind tomorrow of cracking 30 degrees. Looking at 30s in place for the South Shore as well as the Valley tomorrow. It will be a tad bit warmer tomorrow than it was today in many cases. So definitely stay cool any way you can. Here comes the front for Saturday. Scattered shower and thunderstorm chances into the afternoon and evening. High temperatures 26 to 30, but again, feeling more like 34 to 38 with the humidity. And then as we move into Saturday night and Sunday morning, another chance for a shower as that front comes through. Note the wind direction, the change now from the north. And so, yes, our muggy meter in that truly tropical range, but crashing as we move into the Sunday time period, back into summer sweet and pretty pleasant. And that looks to be the case through at least mid next week, Amy. So some relief in sight there. And yeah, sunshine on the board as well.
Absolutely. Sounds good. All right. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Well, dozens of new Canadians took their oath of citizenship at a special Canada Day ceremony at the Canadian Museum of Immigration at Pier 21 in Halifax on Wednesday. Take a look.
It's too good for me. Like it's her first day to come out from the home, so she was at home for 20 days, and then that's also a big day for her and for me as well, and my family as well.
I feel very excited to enjoy the ceremony of my husband with my children and our mother as well. So we are very excited.
I feel so honored to be a Canadian citizen now. I came here as a student, and now it's been a long path.
I'm not a citizen, I'm a permanent resident, but I'm happy for my husband that he is becoming Canadian citizen on Canada Day. It's really honored. I'm really happy.
It was a long journey for me. I came as a student over here. It's been like 8 years now. A long new journey starting up now. As a Canadian citizen, we can vote now, and whatever restriction was in the permanent residence, we are gonna go a step up and do a lot more things with the Canadian citizens.
I feel like truly becoming Canadian, it's way better feeling than becoming permanent, getting a permanent resident. And now I'm pretty excited to get my passport.
Canada is so beautiful country, and we love Halifax a lot. It's calm city, and we have our work here. It means for me a lot because we work very hard to be here. Canada is our dreamland. Because of the war happened in our country, we were looking for a new land who save people, who guarantee freedom and good life. We are so proud to come here, and today our dream came true.
Coming up, in the wake of recent accidents on Canadian waters, I talked to Life Saving Nova Scotia about boat safety. Boating safety is top of mind for many following a string of recent water tragedies across Canada. 6 people are presumed drowned after a charter boat sank off the coast of British Columbia. And right here at home, a fatal boating incident on one of Nova Scotia's lakes has claimed the lives of 2 men. For more, we're joined by Michael Melanchuk with Life Saving Nova Scotia. So, given the amount of boats that are on the water, do you see a spike in tragedies this time of year?
Things have improved over the years. We're seeing fewer and fewer drownings, but boating ones are still a high-profile one that people talk about often. And there's 2 main things that we want to consider: is people should be wearing PFDs, not just having them in the boat, and impaired boating is the same as impaired driving, and sometimes, or we found statistically that that's a significant contributing factor to drowning.
Well, in the incident in BC, no one was wearing a life jacket. In terms of surviving a sinking of a boat or some other kind of accident, what are the odds of you surviving with one on? How much does it increase?
It really depends on the nature of the accident, but I'm a very competent swimmer. I love being out in the water, but I also came to realize is that if I fall off a boat or my boat has an accident, is that if I'm knocked unconscious, it doesn't matter how good of a swimmer I am. I need that life jacket to help the people that are with me to find me quickly.
Yeah, and not just nearby.
That's right. Again, sometimes we're talking about waters that have strong currents, that have surf, that have riptides. And so if you're out in a kayak or any type of boat in those conditions, you should always be wearing your PFD.
And you mentioned alcohol while on board. I assume not just the driver who shouldn't be drinking heavily, but the passengers as well.
Yeah, I fully understand on a time like Canada Day and other celebrations that we have coming up this summer is that people want to enjoy a drink. But the same that we would have a designated driver in a car, we need a designated driver for the boat as well, so that we have somebody that's there sober, ready to take control. And it also means that, because boats can be very unpredictable, is that if you have a novice driver, there should be a backup ready for them right away.
Moving from the water to the beaches, I know it's going to be a hot weekend coming up. What are some of the signs people should be aware of when maybe there's a riptide, a strong current? How can you tell from the sand that it might not be safe to go in?
It's really hard to tell sometimes. That's why our first message is find a supervised place. The Halifax Regional Municipality has beaches, and there's beaches all over this province with the Nova Scotia Lifeguard Service. The lifeguards are there. They put up flags where they're supervising, and generally that's a safe place for people to swim. The lifeguards are also there to help you identify those places. Riptides are one of the most dangerous because if you're at a surf beach, the riptide will often make that area of the beach look flat. Oh, there's no waves there, but it's actually the water pulling out. So a lot of people that are not familiar look at that area and say, this looks like a safe place to swim. They go in and suddenly are caught in a current that's pulling them away from shore.
Well, if somebody unfortunately does get caught in that kind of situation, what's the best thing to do?
Stay calm. I know that's hard that is a big lift for a lot of people, but you need to stay calm. Try and get an arm up so people on shore know what's happening, and do not try and swim against that rip current. It's just going to tire you out. You should let it take you out and swim diagonally back towards shore through those surf areas because it's really hard. You can't fight that rip current.
Now, coming up is National Drowning Prevention Week in a couple of weeks. What is the core message you want to drive home to folks?
Really, we have a number of different messages. I'm a parent, so one of the ones that's important to me is to make sure that you're watching your young ones. My kids are now 7 and 13. They're very competent swimmers, but my wife and I take turns. We never want to leave them unattended, especially when we're at a beach in Nova Scotia. So if I want to go on my phone to post some really cool Instagram shots that we just took, I ask my wife to make sure that she's watching them so that we can quickly get to them if they get into trouble. And honestly, my 7-year-old, he's competent, but I still want to be within arm's reach of him when he's out in the water.
All right, well, let's everybody stay safe. Thanks for your advice.
Thank you.
Coming up, Canada will officially sing its heart out at next year's Eurovision Song Contest in Bulgaria. And it has been 1,000 days since Hamas launched deadly attacks in Israel that led to the recent war in Gaza. Welcome back. It has been 1,000 days since the Hamas attack on October 7th that sparked the war in Gaza. More than 1,200 people were killed in the attack and about 250 were taken hostage. And the wars that have followed have led to tens of thousands more deaths. Crystal Gabansing is in Tel Aviv with more on how the day is being marked, with many calling for a permanent end to the violence.
Commemoration events for the 1,000 days since October 7th have included demonstrations right across Israel. This march starting at the central Tel Aviv train station, and people are making their way to Hostages Square. This is one of those ones that people are very passionate about. It is a large, loud group, and many of these people have been at these sort of rallies over the last couple of years, and what they are calling for has not changed. They are calling for accountability. They are calling for a permanent end to the hostilities, saying even though 1,000 days have passed, they don't have any accountability. They don't know exactly how Israel's security system failed, leading to the deadliest single day for Jewish people since the Holocaust. And we have heard from a number of individuals, whether it was in Jerusalem or here in Tel Aviv, that people are demanding accountability, but they're also demanding for these wars to come to a permanent end.
We cannot talk maybe directly to these awful terrorists, but we should find a way to make sure that we protect us. And by protecting us, we need to understand that we must protect our neighbors as well.
As these commemorations are taking place, there are flare-ups right across different fronts. In Lebanon, we know that the Israel Defense Forces say that they have conducted airstrikes in the south, and also, according to our video journalist that freelances for CBC in Gaza, there was also a strike in the Nuseirat camp in Gaza. So these people are taking to the streets here in Tel Aviv, calling for a permanent end to the hostilities, calling for peace for everyone. At the same time, there are ongoing hostilities along some of Israel's war fronts. Crystal Gabansing, CBC News, Tel Aviv.
Kyiv is reeling in the wake of a massive drone and missile attack. Russian forces launched the offensive on the Ukrainian capital, something many residents consider an act of retribution. Ryan Snoddon has more.
In the smoke-filled haze, the rush to reach the wounded. Stretcher after stretcher is carried out of buildings in Kyiv. More than 20 were killed and dozens wounded after another night of terror. Hundreds of drones and dozens of missiles targeted the capital. One slammed into this 9-story apartment building, crushing several floors and damaging everything around it.
My mom was in this bedroom when everything happened.
Talia Nikocheva wasn't hurt, but she'll have to find somewhere else to stay for now.
I think that it must be enough for everybody. It's terrible for all.
Earlier, tens of thousands sought shelter in metro stations. Ukraine had warned ahead of time that there would likely be a devastating attack. Volodymyr Zelensky cut short a trip to Ireland to return to the capital, where he pleaded again for more air defense systems.
You see what does it mean when the packages come to Ukraine slowly.
Moscow claimed it only hit military targets, no mention of the many civilian victims. Russia will continue to intensify pressure, the Kremlin vowed, but the Russian government is also under strain. Its refineries have been under attack for weeks, leading to a widespread gasoline shortage. In Kyiv, many believe the attack overnight was about retribution, but they want Ukraine to keep pushing.
It means that we are hitting the weak spot, and we have to do what we're doing.
Even though the country keeps suffering under the stress of a relentless war. Ryan Snoddon, CBC News, London.
The Vatican has severely sanctioned a conservative Catholic group that appointed bishops without the Pope's consent. The Catholic Church declared that the group had broken ties with it and, in response, excommunicated priests, bishops, and potentially thousands of followers. Megan Williams has more.
This is a pretty stark move from the Vatican and goes beyond the bishops involved. The Vatican says that this group, the Society of St. Pius X, or SSPX, is in schism with the Roman Catholic Church, and that means it is outside the church, and also that the priests involved in this church are excommunicated, and not only the clergy, but also all of the people who are following this group formally. And in terms of what the priests can and cannot do now that they're outside the Catholic Church, they can no longer give Mass, they can no longer hear confessions, they can no longer preside over marriages. So it's way beyond just disciplining this particular group of traditionalist Catholics. Now, the Vatican's use of the word schism says it all, says how seriously they're taking it. There have been two major schisms in the history of the Catholic Church, one 1,000 years ago with the East Orthodox Church, that was a split, and then 500 years later with the Protestant Reformation, that was another schism. This schism, of course, is much, much smaller. It's with an outlier group that has been very unhappy with reforms in the Catholic Church dating back to the 1960s with the Second Vatican Reform. And one of those reforms was allowing priests to give Mass in the local language. This group would like the Mass to remain in Latin, and they've continued to insist on giving Mass in Latin, something that Pope Francis was strongly opposed to. Now, many conservatives were hoping that Pope Leo would be a little more lenient, but his response has been pretty hard lines. Megan Williams, CBC News, the Vatican.
PEI has launched an alert system for high temperatures. It's one of the last provinces in the country to develop one. The system is designed to provide information when hot weather is expected. PEI's chief public health officer says it will also ensure there is a more coordinated response across the province.
We started measuring even the trips to the emergency department as a result of hot days over the last year. And you can see when we have hot days, we have more presentations, for instance. So what can we do as we go into the summer and for years to come to make sure we look after each other and know some basic messaging about how we can look after ourselves and the people around us, and what resources may be there to provide support.
Dr. Morrison points to this year's deadly heat wave in Europe, saying it highlights the need for preparedness. She says PEI is not immune to extreme heat events, and so a coordinated response is essential to keep people safe. A groundbreaking expedition is setting off to capture images of an important shipwreck off Canada's east coast. The vessel has ties to both Canada and a famous 20th century explorer. And CBC News is the only Canadian media outlet aboard the research vessel taking part in the voyage. Here's Peter Cowan with more on the expedition.
We're leaving the dock here in Woods Hole, Massachusetts, headed for Canadian waters. And the ship we're looking for is Quest. This was the last ship for Ernest Shackleton, the famed polar explorer. He died on board this ship. It then served for many decades in other capacities. It was a commercial sealer, and it sunk off the coast of Labrador. 2 years ago, the Royal Canadian Geographical Society went and found the location of the ship, but all they have is sonar images. So this expedition is to try and get the first actual pictures of what this ship looks like using both 3D technology, but also letting people go down and see it for themselves.
This is without a doubt the most ambitious expedition we've ever organized. It's you can see it from the ship over my shoulder. The scale of the undertaking, the number of people involved. There's something like 50 people involved in the expedition, so it's a massive undertaking for us. It's a huge lift, but it tells a great story.
On board is some Canadian technology. Voyus is based out of Waterloo, Ontario, and their sensors are going to be used in order to map the shipwreck for Quest, and another one, the Terra Nova, which sits off the coast of Greenland. The idea is they're going to make a digital twin, so even though these ships are hundreds of meters deep in the ocean, they'll be able to bring back more modern, high-resolution images that lets people explore this from on land. And they are working in some rather difficult conditions.
The Labrador Sea, like you said, is quite treacherous. It's not the easiest place to do work in, especially with a robotic platform that can get pushed around and it's tied to a vessel, which can also be moving at that time. So having the proper team in place is huge, but the technology that's going to give you as much information as you can get in real time, topside, so that you can make those real-time important decisions.
CBC News is on board for this expedition, all 21 days exploring these two wrecks, and we'll be able to show you those first images as they come in. Peter Cowan, CBC News, Woods Hole, Massachusetts.
It's news Canadian fans of extravagant musical performances will savor. Canada will participate in the 2027 Eurovision Song Contest. As Alexander Silberman shows us, some say the move could be a way to strengthen ties with Europe.
Fireworks, extravagant costumes, and fierce competition in the world's most popular singing contest. Soon to feature Canada.
It's about to get even better, even wilder.
Prime Minister Mark Carney, a personal fan of Eurovision, announcing that Canada will participate in Bulgaria next year. The contest, which draws tens of millions of viewers, sees singers battle it out by performing original songs.
The world wants Canada, wants Canadian culture.
The decision comes less than a week after CBC Radio-Canada became a full member of the European Broadcasting Union, a requirement to join the contest. The federal government first teased the idea in the 2025 budget, with funding set aside to explore participation in Eurovision.
The Canadian government is really facing Europe. So joining the contest, I think, is arguably a way in which Canada can be more European.
Canadians have taken to the Eurovision stage before. Céline Dion won on behalf of Switzerland in 1988, Natacha Saint-Pierre in 2001, and Lazara in 2023.
It's really exciting.
Canadian Laurel Barker has written songs for other nations in the contest.
So it's just amazing for Canada to have the chance to compete under our own flag.
Competing comes at a cost, a tiered entry fee and production expenses. For Canada, the total would likely be $500,000, according to this expert.
The question of why are we spending money on a European Song Contest, I think those are questions that I think are legit and we're going to need some answers to.
Canada is the first new country to join since Australia in 2015. The selection process for a contestant will be unveiled later this year. Alexander Silberman, CBC News, Montreal.
Soccer fans are gearing up for one of the most hyped games of the World Cup. The showdown between Portugal and Croatia is expected to be a nail-biter, and it will feature two of the biggest stars in the world. It will also be the last match of the tournament to be played in Toronto. The CBC's Dale Manukduk has more.
Footy fans of all ages lined up to catch a glimpse of living legend Cristiano Ronaldo.
I've watched him since I was a kid. I love him. He's inspirational.
The superstar is playing in Toronto for the first time since an international friendly between Real Madrid and TFC in 2009. Since then, the fanfare has only grown. Thousands lining the training facility to cheer the team on.
It means a lot for them to have the national team in here, so we're going to do everything in our power to make them proud.
Earlier in the day, a more modest crowd rooting on Croatia.
We're so happy to be here, seeing our national team play in the city that we live in.
It means everything. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I love Modric. I love the whole team. I can't wait to see them.
Many already have been Toronto during Croatia's 1-0 win over Panama last week. The checkered ones have their own icon, center midfielder Luka Modric, who is also in the sunset of his career. And Croatia's goalie is keeping that in mind.
I'm convinced
that me and the team will do our best and give everything that Luca continues his path onwards.
You've got two incredibly motivated sides that have started this tournament believing that they can win it and celebrate those two legends and those national icons. And that, to me, makes this game so enticing.
Ronaldo has already rewritten the history books this summer, becoming the first man to score in 6 World Cups. Meanwhile, Modric has penned a new page of his own, appearing in his 200th cap for Croatia. All that's left to see is who will lift their team to the next round. Dale Manukduk, CBC News, Toronto.
Big game. Well, Canada's main stock index finished higher, helped by gains in technology and basic material stocks, while U.S. markets were mixed. Here's a look at the numbers as we go to break.
Think you've been scammed or have information about a potential fraud? I'm Angela McIver, a reporter here at CBC Nova Scotia. I'm here to listen to your concerns and track down answers, especially when it comes to your money.
Welcome back. Well, as hot as it is, at least we're never that far from water in Nova Scotia.
That's true. Yeah. Lakes, Ocean. Yeah,
Full deal.
if we can get to the coast, obviously going to feel some relief, and that'll be the case again for Friday and for Saturday when the heat and humidity will continue. The heat warnings, again, obviously will continue, as I said. First, let's have a look at our viewer picture of the day. And yes, going to zoom in on a coastal spot, Chance Harbor. Beautiful shot here.
Oh, how lovely.
James Stewart said yesterday it was a beautiful day for flying a kite. Canada Day was ended up being a pretty nice day for most of the region. Did cloud up a little bit at times and a couple of minor showers, but overall it was pretty quiet indeed and a beautiful day. Thanks to James for the beautiful picture. As we look at the forecast for tomorrow, temperatures high 20s, low 30s. You'll note that those sea breezes keeping temperatures a bit cooler for places like Yarmouth and Digby counties. But even along the coast, mid-20s. It is going to be a warm day, and humidex values will be ranging between 35 and 40 yet again. Those westerly winds, 20 gusting 30 to 40 kilometers per hour. Similar story for Saturday, turning down the thermostat, maybe just a couple of degrees in most cases, but it is going to be a hot one yet again. Looking at the humidex, that's going to be a factor once more. Feeling widespread mid to high 30s on Saturday, and it's all thanks to that dew point. Those numbers on the right-hand side of the screen indicating those dew points are going to be in the 20 to 22, 24 range, really as we move through the next 2 days. So no real relief in sight until Saturday night. And then that front will come through Saturday night into Sunday morning, and that much fresher air mass will take us right through into early next week with some pretty pleasant temps indeed.
Looks great. All right, well, tonight's World Cup match between Portugal and Croatia in Toronto will see a dream come true for an 11-year-old boy from New Brunswick.
My dream would be to be official FIFA World Cup match ball.
Theo Labelle from Bucktouche will be one of the ball carriers. Theo was born with a congenital heart condition, but he's thriving now after multiple life-saving surgeries to get to this big moment.
His mom says many friends and family will be watching back home. Kickoff is at 8 o'clock Atlantic time.
Go Theo.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, well, that's it for us tonight. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Stay cool.